Howdy y'all, Stock Warden back with another Palantir Technologies video. And today we are continuing on the bull run. We started this bull run down here at $97 a share, and now we have ended the day out at $116. That in itself, for over the course of 5 days, that has been a tremendous showing for us to have another solid bull run back again for Palantir. Now, with this being said, a lot of this not only is being dubbed away from the market uncertainty, but we're having a lot of corporations come in and boost their shareholdings inside Palantir. For instance, Beacon Point Advisors boosted their position of shares in Palantir by 52% in the fourth quarter of this previous year, and the fund has completely been cinched, where now their entire holding worth $24.4 million is their most recent filing that's completely secured in the exchange now. So that's a big news. And they also have a lot of others that have came in as well. Some companies putting in anywhere from $67,000 to multiple millions. And then you're looking also, they have a company that Diversify Wealth Management. They put in $876,000 on top of Palantir. And they also had, that was what their original stake was, but they came in as well after the fact and doubled down and put in $3.2 million into Palantir stock. So looking at something like that, definitely not something to shake a stick at, because when they're buying, that means that they know what's coming. And the only way that a big corporation's going to buy is when it's going up and they don't see any way down. So right now, we're come up at this $116 mark, which back in early February, if you look here, we started having a little bit of a resistance trend across these couple of days, where we ended up sticking it out right here at about the $116 mark, where from here and across the next 4 days, they stayed anywhere between 116 and 118. So for us to be able to come in and be able to bring all 4 of these days together right here, 5 of these days together, and we've already come in over here where we're able to continue the trend, where now we started at 114, now we're at 116, and this is just the first 2 days. And with a bullish run like this, the only way left is to keep going straight up. So if we can see how the resistance is going to play out over the next couple of days, definitely not a stock to be shorting at the current moment. But with the way it's going, if we can cross over this 118 marker, then we're going to go right back to the 52-week high for Palantir Technologies in absolute no time. Also, another big thing pushing this stock is also not only being able to see this bullish run with all the other companies buying in and the defense contracts that Palantir's cinching down as well, they're also able to have all of these other equity analyses turn around and give them way big upsides, where Mashuo raised their price objective from $44 to $80, with, even though they gave it an underperform rating, but that was back in February 4th of this year, because they still believe that the stock is way overhyped. Yet you turn around and you chase down to Citigroup, they went from 42 to a new price target of 110 with a neutral sighting. So they see the possible potential to know that this isn't going to be hype. After all the market volatility and after all the dip, we only went from 125 at a 52-year high, and we only backed down into the 60s and in the high 60s at that. There's no way this stock's going to end up going back down to 40 just over saying that the stock is overhyped, because there is too much being pushed into this stock and too much being invested. And just wait, whenever May the 5th hits and we get our full earnings report for Q1 of 2025, I bet we're going to turn around and have just yet another bullish run for Palantir Technologies, because they are projecting to break all of their equity records. Their EBITDAs are way up in the black, and they are going to continue pursuing on all of these major projects that they've landed, especially through the government, but they're also pushing in their normal market as well, not just the government side. But between the Golden Dome, between the Titan system with the military, and also all of their other small projects that they're working on as well for the normal marketplace, to be able to incorporate AI into the health marketplace and also everyday portions of our lives as well. This is going to be the AI stock to always keep a hold on. So the best thing to do is just buy it low and watch it go, because as it stands right now, this stock is doing nothing but going. If you watch how the whole market shakes up on how this is, once we had our full dip, once we came off of our 52-week high, and we came down for a hard market volatility whenever all the tariffs were being brought in and China's harsh negotiations were coming in, with the first end up dip, and we came back up for a little bit of resistance to come back in, where we ended up coming up and testing this 98 to $99 line. And then we ended up dipping back down. Like I was saying, we ended up coming all the way down into the mid 60s, not down into the 40s like what most projected. But now that we're down here, we were able to come right back up. And as you can see across this lateral here, we ended up tipping this $98.50 on this line right here. Well, we ended up having the drawback on that one. And whenever we had the drawback, it came in just right for whenever we came down and we broke the resistance. Then now, this is our bull flag right here. So we've already had our double bear, and now here's our double bull. So from here, it can keep going up, or we might have just a slight pullback like we seen over the past couple of days during the week last week, where we're going to end up testing this resistance up here. But once we can keep on testing the resistance up here at the 117 and 118 mark, once we get that broke through, then there's no telling where this is going to end up going, because then the new resistance is at 125, and we only have 2 days to show for 125. So is that going to be a new resistance, or is that just going to be another milestone for Palantir Technologies? So I hope y'all liked the video. If you liked it, please like. If you have a different stock that you prefer, or that you have taken a hold of your main section of your portfolio, drop it down in the comments, because I'd love to be able to share another great stock with the rest of the followers and the rest of the community as well. So this is the Stock Warden riding off. Y'all come back now, you hear?